Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So it's too early for this, but in today's video,
imagine changing your 4-year-old daughter's diaper and realizing that she was really red and in pain down there. So you asked her, has anybody ever touched you? And she says, yes, daddy. And what you do is you get her and your other kids out of the house before he makes it home, and you take them to the hospital. And you have them check your other children as well, and come to find out, not only have he been essaying your 4-year-old daughter, he's also essayed your 2-year-old daughter. And you are a content creator who has built your channel around being a trophy wife and having a trophy husband. And now you have to rethink everything because this man that you put on a pedestal have been essaying his own children. It's a very, very sad story. Her name is Isis. Her page is A Trophy Wife. The full video is on her YT channel. It is very sad. I can tell that she's beating herself up, but you will never expect for a father to be touching their own children. This is a very sad story. So my prayers go out to her and to those kids that was harmed. But you guys don't ever look up to another couple because you never know what's really going on behind closed doors.
yeah. The channel is on YouTube. I saw the video yesterday, and honestly, the whole of yesterday, I thought about her. I thought about it. Oh my God. You see, when we talk about all men unto proven wrong, this is what we mean. Because this was a good man. This was a good man, a man in the church, a man who decided to marry a single mother. And I say he decided to marry her because we already know how these modern men are like when it comes to single mothers, how they like to put single mothers down and how they talk about how no man should be with a single mother. That's the only reason why I'm saying he decided to marry her, right? A man who is also a provider through and through. A man who is giving her the good life to the extent that she decided to start teaching other women how to get such unicorns. Okay? But what did he do? He ended up essaying their own children. A 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. This is the kind of world we live in. This is why we say all men until proven otherwise. Because if you've not proven yourself, but in her case, how do you prove this? How do you figure out if this man is going to be this type of guy? Do you take him around kids and see how he behaves? How do you tell that this guy likes touching kids? How do you tell? How can you know that? You will never know that. Right? He's a good man. He takes care of us. My children are being taken care of. And I'm so proud of her because do you know why? There are some women out there, right, who will sweep this under the rug. They will not talk about it. They'll be like, oh, they are kids. They don't even know what they are talking about. They don't know what they are talking about, and they'll carry on enjoying the luxuries that this guy gives to them, right? And their children will carry on being essayed by this said man, right? And it's going to carry on till they are old. And they'll keep turning a blind eye because they just want to be married, number one. Number two, to a rich man, right? And they'll keep lying to women out there, telling them or teaching them how to find these quote and unquote great men or provider men. But no, she was not like those women. She took her kids and she left. And that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm so proud of her. Well, let's get into what other people had to say about this because this has obviously got a lot of people talking.
I hate myself right now. I hate myself that I can't just go about my day, act like a normal person, and move on from this story. I can't. I've spent the last 4 years of my life studying at the feet of all these hypergamy and femininity coaches. Why? Because under this patriarchal system, Marriage is a means of financial security. Marriage is a means of social status and protection within society. A married woman is afforded social protections and graces and perceptions that single women are not afforded. You guys need to understand this system of patriarchy that we live under. And simply by having a ring and being a wife, you are afforded a different set of privileges that single women don't get. It's just a fact. This is the system that we live under. So was I wrong for centering men? Was I wrong for pursuing this path? Was I wrong for trying to secure my future in this way and following all these influences and studying under Sprinkle Sprinkle and studying the new trophy wife and trying to become more feminine and attempting to learn femininity for the sole goal of securing a marital contract that would allow me financial security for generations to come? Of course I wasn't. I was covering my behind. So excuse me if I am beyond devastated by this story. And this story hits a little closer to home than I care to admit. Than I actually want to come out and admit. But I'm heartbroken. Like, I haven't gotten out of bed today. I have not been able to get out of bed yet so far. And I hate that. I hate that I'm so emotionally attached to this person, this lifestyle, this ideology, this idea, this illusion of romance and fairy tale and a happy family. And oh my God, it's earth-shattering that this 4B movement shit is not a fucking joke. It's the real deal. That securing your physical safety and your psychological safety is going to have to take precedent over gaining financial security through a marriage contract. It's just... And it's funny because one of my first pin videos is don't get married. And as much as I wanted to believe that marriage is not for me, deep down, the patriarchal programming is so pervasive that I was not going to let this marriage shit go. I was not going to let that fairy tale go. I was not going to let the illusion of happily ever after go. I just couldn't. I physically couldn't. But this right here, this situation just might be my final straw. It just might be the end. It just might be end it all for me. It just might be the reason that I take this 4B movement and run with it to the grave.
This is going to be a very loaded video, y'all. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar with the new trophy wife. She came on the scene about 8 months ago, maybe a year ago, talking about the teachings of Shira 7 and how she was also inspired by Kevin Samuels. How she got to provide her husband even though she was a single mom. She got married in a week and she's taken care of and she's living her feminine soft life. All that jazz. She spoke about, Shira 7 and her teachings being what changed her life. But now her life has changed for the worst. Her recent video was it was obviously awful, which is her finding out that her now husband was essaying her two little girls, one that's 2 years old, one that's 4. And that pain is unimaginable, especially when you've gone through that yourself and you know exactly how traumatizing that is. Being that, I think her name is Isis, her real name, the new trophy wife, she's been through that as well. So when you go through that and then your kids go through that, you just feel all the pain. Not just the pain that you felt when you were in your youth and experienced that, but also the pain of your children. And I want to say this. I come from a third world country. I grew up with a lot of women that went through the trenches, and we understand men way differently than the women here in America. Okay. And I understand why women watch Shira 7, because they want to get the best out of the men that they're dealing with. They don't want to get played. But you have to be sophisticated enough to think further ahead that a man could turn around and leave you with nothing or abuse you, take advantage of you, even while he's providing and protecting, so to speak. Shira 7 could get up and leave her man, James, whenever she wants, because she's acquired some wealth from the content she makes. And so you ladies need to think about that. Instead of, oh, well, yes, I could get a man that's going to take care of me. Okay, but then what? What happens when this man is abusing your children or abusing you? Financially taking advantage of you? What are you going to do then? This girl talking about, Shira 7 inspired her, all that stuff. Yes, but she didn't pick the pages up from also Princella the Queenmaker about 41 Shades of Men. When I go to DR, or when I lived in DR, even by the age of 6, I was being told about every type of man. Oh, this man may be rich, but he may beat you. This man says that he's this, but he's a liar. He's just saying that to get with you. This man, he wants to be with you to be in proximity to the children. This man, pretends to be a family man, but the reason he's doing it is because he wants to look good for the other CEOs. This man has a bunch of diseases and he's just running around with women, getting them completely emotionally enmeshed so he could pass on these diseases and she wouldn't go ahead and tell on him. There's a list of things that they would tell us about men. And this is why I said in a previous video that if you're going to listen to Shira 7's teachings, you need to pair that up with 41 Shades of Men. So if you are going to deal with men, at least know exactly what to watch out for and not to let things slide because you're being provided for. And what this girl is going through is so egregious, so terrifying. It's stomach churning. It's making me shake a little bit. Like I'm literally shaking a little bit. Okay. Because I fear that a lot of women think it's all about aesthetics. It's all about beauty. It's all about hair and makeup and nails. It's more. You need to understand the pathology, the psychology behind why a man does what he does for you. You need to understand men on the most surface level. On the most surface level, down to the core. So you're not put in a position where you're blindsided, where you have these rosy colored glasses and you're not really seeing what's happening behind the scenes to you or your children or to your life. Okay? One thing that Princella the Queenmaker and Shira 7 reinstate, at least in me, because I already know these kind of things, is that you never love them, you never cuff them, you never trust them. And if you get cuffed by them, make sure you have your own back, your children's back. Everything that you care about, that it is protected by you because you are actually the protector. These guys won't protect you. And the ones that do, very far rare in between, that they really have your best interests at heart. This is so freaking sad. Please, if you're going to say anything under her comments, be kind to her. She's going through a very, very tumultuous, mentally horrifying time right now with her children. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say, because I feel like a lot of women are taking Shira Seven's advice and being like, oh, this is all I gotta do and then I'm gonna get a provider. Yeah, but what kind of provider is he? Is he the one that's gonna leave you worse than when he met you? Is that the kind of provider that you're gonna get? You need to think long and hard and be very strategic and understand what kind of men you're getting with before you end up in this situation. Yeah, you have a Mercedes Benz, but you're driving your child to the doctor trying to figure out why she can't be changed.
What do you do when you find out that your children have been essayed by their own father? Because I see you guys having the conversation and trying to berate her for the lifestyle that she lives, saying that she shouldn't have had just any man around her children. I don't know if you guys understand that this is their biological father, her husband, who did this to them. Can we commend the fact that she immediately took her daughter to the hospital? Can we commend the fact that she immediately left that man? And this has nothing to do with her content or the man that she chose. And this has everything to do with her actions thereafter to leave that situation. Do you know how many women turn a blind eye and won't leave a man with far less? Sweeps things under the rug. What goes on in this house stays in this house. The daughters are lying, all kinds of things. So I think we should be championing behind her instead of talking about how she makes her content. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, because in spite of everything, she chose herself. She chose her children. All right. She has not lost it. She's not one of those women, right? And on top of that, do you know that she didn't have to tell this story? She could just shut up and come up with another story about how they broke up and they are no longer together and just keep it pushing. But she came online to tell you, hey, the guy that I thought I found, you know that unicorn that I was telling you ladies about? No, pump them brakes. He's a monster. He did this to our children. And that's why I'm proud of her. All right? That's why I'm proud of her bravery. I don't know. This is how you can tell a person's character. You can tell that she was happy. She was happy that she found this man. Right? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with teaching other women. I mean, from time to time, I see women online being like, where do you find these guys? Where do you find it? Does he have a brother? Also, she would also teach, oh, this is what I did. This is where I went to. This is what I did. And that's how I was able to find this man. But now she's living her worst nightmare. So all men until proven otherwise. Yeah. And another thing is, this could have gone so wrong, because what if he had found out that she knew what he had done? That bit also crossed my mind, that if he had found out that she knew what he had done, maybe the story would have been different. Okay? That's why I see this and I get it. But I'll always say, and I'll forever say it, all right? There's nothing more liberating and powerful as having your own as a woman, okay? Holding your own and being able to do for yourself. I think that was also part of the reason why she was able to bounce. Okay, because imagine if he called the shot through and through in her life, she wouldn't have been able to do that. All right? Have your own. It's nice to find a provider guy, but at this point in time, to be honest, I don't know. I can't say that. Okay? Her story, someone was saying in another video, but it was too long for me to post, that somehow with all these rich men, you're going to pay somehow. There's no free ride with them. They're going to collect somehow. You know, and if it's not you, it's going to be your children. Okay? And with you, you're going to pay. Take ballerina farms, for instance. You're going to pay either mentally, psychologically. You're going to pay somehow. It's never free with them. Most of them, you know, it's all about control. Is it that they are controlling you? They are controlling in some way, shape, or form. You know, they are cheating on you left, right, center. They are abusing your children, emotionally, physically abusing you. There's so many things that come with them as well. So you need to vet them, whether they are good guys, whether they are providers, whatever it is, you need to vet them. But like I said, with this one, how are you supposed to know? How are you supposed to know? When he's ticking all the boxes, how are you supposed to know that he likes touching kids? So all men unto proving otherwise. Anyway, I can talk from today till thy kingdom come because so many things are going on in my head. But leave your own thoughts and opinions in the comment section, and I'll see you again with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.